Hey WWE Universe, so today is going to be my WrestleMania 30 predictions. Now this is all what I would like to happen. So first we're going to start off with the Usos versus the Real Americans versus Los Manadores versus Rybaxel for the Tag Team Championships. Now this one is going to be on the pre-show, which I'm kind of disappointed in. I definitely don't think it deserves to be a pre-show match. I think it definitely deserves, to actually be on the WrestleMania, pay-per-view, but I guess WWE saw it differently. Now, I think all these teams are successful in their own way. I don't personally like Los Manadores. I'm not a fan of them much at all. I do like Rybaxel to a certain extent. I think they could really do a lot better. I think lately they've been really downhill and it's been really sad. The Usos have really progressed since they've come to the WWE, and watching them progress has been really great. But my favorites and my prediction to win is the Real Americans. Now they've had a rocky time together, but you can see that in the end they're always there for each other. They're just so talented. I mean, I'm really glad they put Cesaro with Jack Swagger. I think they're a perfect match, even though I think it's so funny that Cesaro, would always say things in 5 different languages and now he's a real American. I think that's always funny to remember, but I think the Real Americans are definitely a strong tag team, even though we do see how they do fight and argue sometimes. But I definitely think they deserve this. They have just really improved, and I really think they deserve it. And with Zeb Coulter in your corner, you really can't go wrong. Next, we have Vicky Guerrero's Divas Championship Invitational, which is going to be AJ Lee defending her title against Cameron, Naomi, Nikki Bella, Brie Bella, Eva Marie, Summer Rae, Rosa Mendez, Layla, Tamina. I feel like I'm forgetting some people. Why do I feel like I'm forgetting people? I really feel like I'm forgetting people. Anyway, you guys know who's going to be in the match, but I'm going to tell you who I definitely know will not win, and if for some crazy, ridiculous reason they do win, I will be beyond angry. Eva Marie, Summer Rae, and Cameron. Really don't think she has a chance. Rosa Mendez has no chance because she doesn't even wrestle. But anyway, you guys know there's, I believe, 13 divas in this match. So I'm sorry if I missed anybody, but I really tried to think, and I really feel like I'm forgetting a few. But if I am, I'm really sorry. But you guys know who's in the match. In my eyes, I see one of the Bellas winning or Naomi. I personally would love to see either one of the Bellas being champion because they're both, the Bella twins, so they are going to be together. And I don't think this, if one of them were to win, I don't think this would put them apart. I really don't think. I just think they would kind of make it theirs together, even though one of them may be champion. I feel like they'd both kind of be champion in a way, like in a sense, because they are a team together. But I would really love to see the Bellas win, and that's who I think is going to win. I honestly don't care which one wins, but I don't see AJ Lee putting up with 13 different girls. I feel like when WrestleMania actually comes on, we're going to see or hear that Vicky's going to put some crazy rule into it, or just something crazy and out there. I have no idea what's going to happen. As of right now, it's, AJ doesn't have to get pinned to lose. So that's all I know as of now. But you know what? It could change between now and WrestleMania. It could change right before the match. We could find out some crazy details. So I think it's going to be great. And I really hope one of the Bellas becomes the new Divas champion. Next, we have the Shield versus Kane and the New Age Outlaws. Now, this has become pretty personal because Kane is part of the Authority. Like, he kind of is like their little henchman. And the Shield obviously has destroyed so many different people in the WWE, and they've always stood tall. But in the past few weeks, we've seen a lot of back and forth with Kane and the New Age Outlaws, and to see the Shield completely taken down is a very weird thing to see. It's not something I don't think anybody was expecting, and I think this is going to be a great and interesting match. I think it's just going to be like an all-out brawl, even though it's not a no disqualification or anything. I think it's just going to be a crazy match that you're not going to want to miss. And in my opinion, I think the Shield's going to win. I think they're going to continue to be a tag team for a while longer, even though I would like to see them apart and see how that's going to go. But I do think that they should be stay, like a team longer. And I feel like Kane does have the power to bring people out and to help in a way, but I don't see that happening, hopefully, because the Shield just, as you guys have seen, the Shield grow and progress. And Kane is, I feel like this is one of the strongest times we've seen him. Of course, with him with the mask when he first came to the WWE and different parts of his career, we've seen him in strong points, but I think this is one of the strongest times that we've seen Kane. I don't particularly think the New Age Outlaws are the strongest. They are older. I just feel like they can't really keep up with the Shield, but I know Kane can. I mean, he just went head to head with Roman Reigns Monday night, and that was an insane match. But in my opinion, I think the Shield is going to win. Next, we have Andre the Giant's Memorial Battle Royal. And just in case you guys haven't heard, the actual trophy that they're giving out is supposed to be 5 feet tall. That is insane. That's like as tall as Rey Mysterio, or maybe he's an inch taller. But that's insane. How is anybody going to carry that thing out? But you guys know there are 30 people in this battle royal. I believe 3 spots are still not filled, so I feel like they might have like an older guy come back and go in the match like they usually do. I feel like we're going to have at least 1 or 2 surprise entries. Maybe all of 3 are going to be surprise entries. But you guys know all the wrestlers that are going to be in this match, and I'm really pulling for a select few. I personally would love to see Dolph Ziggler win. I would love to see Zack Ryder win, but I know that is a huge stretch, and I really feel like that's not going to happen because Zack Ryder's just not really used anymore. He's kind of just like this big joke, and I really hate that because Zack Ryder has so much potential, so talented. He worked to get here, and now he's just not being used. And if he is there, he's just on TV for like 2 seconds, and I think that's really sad. But The Miz, I would really love to see The Miz win. The Big Show is a big contender, as we saw on Raw. I think he's going to be a big contender in this match. So is Mark Henry. I'd like to see Fandango win. I'd like to see Justin Gabriel win, but we never see him wrestle anymore. So I feel like the guys that you would like to win, you either don't see them wrestle at all, so like they're just in the match kind of like as a filler. But I think all in all, in my personal opinion, I would love to see Dolph Ziggler win. I think he deserves it. He's the show off. He's talented. He's really been put back lately and not used properly, and that really makes me angry. But I really hope that Dolph Ziggler wins this match. Next, we have Daniel Bryan versus Triple H. Now, this is really gotten personal. The Authority wants to end the Yes movement. Daniel Bryan keeps getting, he's not going to easily be shut down. He's not going to be silenced, especially as we saw on Raw. After Triple H completely just beating the hell out of Daniel Bryan a few weeks ago, that really showed that Triple H, just because he's still the COO of the company, doesn't mean that he's just this limp, pathetic thing. He can still wrestle. He's still a strong, powerful man. He's still the game. Uh, Even though we haven't seen him wrestle in a little while, I feel, I just feel Daniel Bryan has such a huge, has such momentum going into this. I'm afraid that could be his downfall, is which everybody thinks, oh, there's no way Daniel Bryan's not going to win this. I feel there's a small part of me that thinks Triple H could win this, but in my opinion, I think Triple H is going to lose. I would love to see Daniel Bryan win. I would love to see him in the WWE World Heavyweight Championship match. But in a way, I also feel like that sucks because Randy and Batista, who just came back, won't be able to get there one-on-one. There's going to be three people. So Randy's kind of screwed away. Batista's kind of screwed in a way. And whoever's entered into that match gets this. They're also screwed because they just worked this long match that's going to really take a toll on either Triple H or Daniel Bryan. So either way, we're going to see this exhausted man come into this match and try to give it his all. And so I'm really thinking, like, I don't think that's a good idea in any way to add this person who's going to win into the title match. But in a way, it's going to really just show how strong that person is to be in a second match of the night. But in my personal opinion, as much as Triple H is the game, as strong as he is, as many people that he's put down, I think Daniel Bryan's going to win, and the Yes Movement is going to continue to at least the WWE World Heavyweight title match, and I'm really hoping that happens. Next, we have what I was just talking about, Randy Orton versus Batista versus either Triple H or Daniel Bryan. And I'm just going to strictly, right now, because we don't know who's going to be in it, I'm going to talk about Batista and Randy Orton. Batista just came back and won the Royal Rumble in January, and he's been on a hiatus for a while now. So you gotta also think, is there some ring rust that he could be still having, even though he's, he really hasn't had that many matches since he's been back. He has been in the ring, but you gotta think, is there that ring rust still on him? And Randy Orton, he's kind of, he's cocky. The authority gave him, gave him this opportunity. He is the face of the company. So there's also, he's that cocky, he's got that going on that he thinks, I'm the face of the company. Nobody can mess with me, but people can. So I'm really torn because Batista is the hometown boy, but I also love Randy Orton. So if Daniel Bryan is put into this match, I believe he has worked so hard that I think he would deserve to win. If Triple H is put in this match, I don't think in any way is he, even though he's done so much in the company in the years he's been here, he's been the COO. I think he's abusing his power. I don't think he deserves it at all. I think he should stay. You go ahead with your authority little thing. You go ahead with being the COO. But I don't think you need to be back in the ring unless it's permanently or for a very long time. And now if we're just talking about between Batista and Randy, as much as I love Randy Orton, he's had the title. I don't think he should continue holding the title just because it needs to show him that you need to be put back in the state of the Viper. You're not just Randy Orton. You were the legend killer. You are the Viper, and you need to show us that you're the Viper, and you need to show us that you deserve to be the champion. But also, in a way, I feel like Batista hasn't been here that long. He hasn't shown us that much since he's been back. But I think Batista would make a really good champion. I think because so many people are disgusted with him and don't like him, that would put such a good champion. He's a heel champion. That's what we need. So then you can have those good guys go against him, the underdogs, the guys that you really don't think, like Daniel Bryan. Let's say Batista wins and Daniel Bryan gets a shot. So you're going to have this heel that's hated by so many people and the underdog fighting against each other. So I think if we're just speaking of Randy Orton versus Batista, I would love Batista to win. But if we're talking Randy Orton, Batista, and Daniel Bryan, Daniel Bryan's worked so hard, and I really think he deserves this. Next, we have The Undertaker versus Brock Lesnar. The streak, I don't think, is going to be beaten. I'm just going to put that right out there. Brock Lesnar is a powerhouse. He is insane. He's a monster. He's destroyed so many big names. But he's also been destroyed by big names. So you've got to think, Brock Lesnar's a monster, but can he really beat The Undertaker, who has been 21-0? I don't think it's going to happen. I don't think Brock Lesnar's going to beat The Undertaker at all. The Undertaker may not be in the best shape. He might not be in the best health. I think he looks pretty good, actually, but he's not in the best health. And he doesn't wrestle very often. He hasn't wrestled since last WrestleMania. So that's a year of not wrestling. That's a big thing. You've got to think with him. Is there some ring rust on him? Which I don't think there ever will be, because he's The Undertaker. But still, you get in the ring with somebody like that, you've really got to prepare yourself. You've got to be ready for anything. But I think the streak is going to live on, and we're going to have 22-0 this year. And last but not least, we have John Cena versus Bray Wyatt. Now, this has gotten so personal and just really, this is John Cena's legacy, like you guys have seen. Bray Wyatt's this new guy that's just, him and his family have attacked everybody. And just, it's like they're scary, they dominate. But John Cena, he can't lose this because this is his legacy. He has worked so hard. He's been in the WWE for 12 years building his legacy, building this kind of empire that he's the, even though Randy Orton is the face of the WWE, who do you see on things more? John Cena or Randy Orton? John Cena is the face. He's the good guy. He's the guy on the cereal boxes. He's the guy on all the posters. He's the guy granting 400 wishes. He's the guy that you see everywhere. Everybody knows the name John Cena. So this isn't just a match. It's his entire legacy in the WWE. So as much as even though this is not even because John Cena is my favorite, I think Bray Wyatt has put so much into this. He just thinks, oh, I'm a monster. Oh, I can destroy anybody. No. I don't care if Luke and Rowan are going to be there. You're not going to win. John Cena is so strong. He has put, people that say, oh, he can't win. This is too big for him. Oh, he can't win. No matter what his obstacle, he's almost always come out on top. So in my personal opinion, I think John Cena's legacy is going to continue at WrestleMania. And I'm just really, I'm excited. So that is the end, and those are my predictions for WrestleMania 30. Comment down below and let me know who you think's going to win. I know we all have different opinions, and I'd love to hear everybody's opinions and why you think that person is going to be victorious at WrestleMania. So I hope you guys enjoyed this, and don't forget WrestleMania is going to be starting at 7, and I hope you guys enjoyed as much as I will. Bye, guys.